Anyway, let's start officially. So, hi everyone, welcome. I am really excited to have this conversation with all of you. For a long time, I was just teaching embodiment, spirituality, DNA activations, energy, channeling, like all the things, because that is what I mastered. I just did not even start that way 5 years ago, 4 years ago. It's very clear now, but actually when I started, I just wanted to live my best life. That was literally how I started in 2017. And so my intention was that, and then to help as many people as I could. And there was this clear moment where I felt very dissatisfied in my job as a social worker because I just felt I had hit the ceiling. I felt like I can bring so much more into this world, but there was this big fear for a business. And also because I came from parents who had a business, who used to work really hard. And so I could also see the other side of having a business. I was not like blindsided with having a business. And so there were like clear pillars for me. One was a big desire to want more. I could just feel the calling. And I'm curious who of you in here have got that clear desire that you feel like I want to bring something bigger into manifestation, into my life than what I'm currently living. Or I actually bring something into my life already, like in a business form, but I want to expand it. Let's see who here is on the same page, just to know kind of where you are at in the conversation. Yes. The truth is, if you don't have that going on, you can sit here like a nice Netflix series, right? But it's not necessarily going to speak to your soul. I want to speak to your soul. And if this is not speaking to your soul, it might be that, you do something else. It's just, this is what I'm going to speak into today. So if you're a yes, this is your conversation to have. So I had felt it actually all my life. I felt like there's more, there's bigger thing, there's expansion. I come to do this thing. And I tried several things and it didn't work out. And I never knew why not, because I had the work ethic. I had the drivenness, like I had everything into place. The only thing what was missing is I was not like stepping into my mission. I was doing great business ideas, but not necessarily a mission ignited path. And when I felt that, when I felt like this is what I want to do, I'm willing to go all in, I'm willing to risk it all, I'm willing to leap into this. I didn't have a clue where I was leaping into. God honest truth. I just felt the burning desire of creating this freedom for myself and this level of fulfillment. Those two components were mine. I wanted to feel fulfilled in my daily activities, and I wanted to create freedom for the others and myself. Okay, so also for me and my children. I went through a separation. I didn't want to feel financial struggle. So that was also a component added to the situation. And for a long time, I could not match these two because I felt it was wrong. This is your purpose. This is what you genuinely do and can do, and it's easy for you. Why receive money for it? But I did have the strong desire to also create financial freedom in the biggest context, right? Within myself, of course, all the things we do, and also that. I wanted to set myself free completely. That was the desire I was building on. Just for you to check, because I felt a lot of shame for the financial part. Like I felt that was wrong in that case. And so I had to liberate myself from that for pure liberation, that it was okay to really, and I feel if you want to create a business that is built on your mission, there's a permission granted in all aspects. That's when you can set yourselves free. So if you say, money is not really important, or this is not really important, that is actually the gateway to open up the portals to everything, because you came to experience and to create literally everything. I still find it a sticky place asking for money for healing. The shame is still here. Yes. So let's talk into that, because I get it. Like that was me. And so I would feel now when I make an offer, I'm just so excited about it. And I know it's such a good deal that I don't experience that anymore, but it asked a lot of my practice. So when you want to turn a mission into a business, it's not just being very gifted. I am 100% certain that the people on this call are all very gifted. You probably do not need to learn your gifts. You can expand it, you can evolve it, like all of that is possible. But the truth is, you can actually help people right now. Yes or no? Let's see. Yes or no? Let's see if it's yes. Like, of course, you can become better, bigger, like more, all of that. But what you have in your like natural abilities right now, if you would share that with the world, a lot of people would benefit from what you know, from what you attune to, from what you live, from what you create, from who you are, all of the things. Yes, 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 yes. Okay. So sometimes what starts to happen, what I see starting to happen when people want to create a business out of their mission, they start to really focus on this part. The truth is, this part will evolve if you have more people in front of you and you do more classes and you do more one-on-one, like it just expands naturally. So this part you do not need to focus on. You already have it, right? I wasn't a channel when I started. I wasn't channeling, let's say it a different way. I was a channel. I wasn't using my channeling abilities, very different, until I realized that's actually part of the game. Come on, up your game. Still now I'm evolving. This is the thing, when your mission is your business, it's a moving, growing experience. And the transformation currently is phenomenal on this planet. And so be prepared that your business transformation and the speed in which you change will also be next level. I'm just saying, it's not your ordinary business. It's not in January, we do ABC, and then we hit Q and Z or whatever. Like, it's not that. It's you are the business. Okay, so that's a very different context from giving you a strategy to build a quick fix. This is not it. The level of bravery, the level of courage, the level of transformation you are willing to create in your own life. In spiritual terms, where are you willing to shed light where there's darkness in your own life, in your own, that level will show you on the other side who's coming into your world. So if you're doing all the right things and you're having everything into place, but you're not living a life where you make big moves, and big moves can be looking at very scary things you are not willing to look at, right? Big moves can be investing, but it doesn't have, like, there's just the big moves that where you know you are being called into, but you're not leaping, okay? That kind of movements in your life can be in a lot of things, but it is like willing to go all in, because if you would come into a business which is mission focused, who do you respect? People who walk their talk. Yeah? People who still leap into the next and leap into the next, and who are embodied in what they do. So this is a big part. You are currently embodied in what you are and what you do. So when you would start offering this to the world and you do it in the right ways, people will come. But if you try to sell something which you are not, and it's a mission-based business, it will not work. It doesn't work. It works because you are the operating working element. Looking for the play form point of departure. I've been working deeply with myself in the womb. Yeah, so there's all these things, right? So looking back, just kind of a fast track of what I've been creating in, say, 5 years' time, right? In 2017, I was a social worker. I did not have a business. I followed a 10K business program while my income was 25K a year. Okay, so that was the level I was willing to invest, and I was just going through a divorce. I'm just showing you my commitment. There's something in being dedicated and committed. This is an important key. If you want it, if you wish it, but you're not willing to be all in, then you have a problem in the sense of that is being asked. Big moves are being asked. If you're not ready to make a big move, you just get yourself ready until you are. There's no judgment to it. It's just what I've seen as a fact. Okay, I'm going to give you what I see and what I also see with clients, what is working and what is not. So there is a getting yourself ready to leap, and there's the readiness to leap. Okay, I work with people who are ready to leap because I know when they are, we get the results. So just look at yourself. Are you getting ready? Meaning I'm sniffing here, I'm sniffing there, but I'm not really claiming it. I'm not really going all in with this yet, which is fine, but this is the gateway, the start. Why you want it should be really important to you. Just making money is not good enough. Yeah, just making money is really not good enough. My why was because I saw my beautiful two girls, and they were 5 and 7 at that time, and I wanted them to have an example, a mother who was going all in with her life. Okay, that was my big thing. I wanted to be the example. And so they, when I would look in their eyes, I would see it when I was not. I would see it, the reflection. I could not ignore it. So the why, because I changed the world, because is not good enough. Your personality needs to have a very strong why, because when you're moving through situations which are challenging, you need to have it into place. And you probably heard this before, but it needs to be personal, something real, what is really important. People tend to talk into it, like idealistic kind of things. This is not the time. The time is, I'm ready, I'm committed, and there's a level of courage and trust simultaneously happening there. And it will never match completely, okay? It will never. You will always feel fear. You will always feel doubt. You will always feel insecurity, because I still do. So it's not about never ever feeling that. It's about moving past it with courage and trust. Okay, so those are the key ingredients. As you move past it, you need to be very clear on why you want this. I noticed this year in my business that I actually accomplished everything I wanted 4 years ago. And so my pull wasn't as strong anymore. It wasn't. I was satisfied. So now I'm calling in a bigger vision. The first why was about me. Yeah. Now my why becomes bigger, and it's about the people, because my buckets are all filled. Yeah. So first you need to fill your own buckets, which is really good. And then when they're all filled, there's not a really pull, right? Because you're like, oh, I'm good. I'm loving what I do. I have great clients. I love my team. And now it's like, okay, but the first years are about you. And if you are an intuitive, that is not necessarily the place we go into. We usually go into them. I want to serve them. I want to help them. It's about you, and it's a personal game. It's personal, very personal. Yeah. So we have clarity. We know why we want it. We know we are ready or not. If you're not ready, do not fool yourself with saying you want it if you're not really wanting it. Just accept this is what I want, or change it and choose it. You can also choose it, yeah? You can at any time choose to create a successful business based on your mission, full stop. You don't need to have all the ducks in a row, everything into place. I know 100% I did not. So when I started, I created something. I started creating online experiences for people, right? A very clear strategy. I also teach my people, if you want to create an online business, it's really like a lot of fun and it works. Okay, clients of mine also get the results, so it works. If you are in an online kind of thing and you want specifics online, this is your gateway. So I did that. After that, I didn't have a clue. How do I sell now? I'm not a salesperson. Actually, sales terrified me. Not only did they terrify me, I really didn't want anything to do with it. Why, God, if I have a gift, do you make it so hard for me to help the people? That should be easy. Didn't make sense to me. The truth is, the level of leadership you are willing to go into, your level of willingness to learn and to go into the discomfort and transform that is what creates the business. So being willing to change, in my case, it was how I felt about receiving money, the guilt, the shame, the weirdness, the yuckiness, like all of that was a big theme in this whole creation of business. It's a business, and a business makes money. I did not like that part. I mean, I would have liked to just receive the money and then not to feel any of the feelings I felt. The truth is I had to feel all of the feelings. So I had at least, I think, 50 calls with people before I even sold one thing. Because every time I started to coach the people and help the people who I spoke, I did not ask for money. No. So I was kind of a tough, kind of stubborn person who kept doing the same. I just did it again while I was nursing a baby. 16 conversations on a day. I'm not kidding you. I did not ask for money. Who else is having a baby? Like 16 conversations a day, nursing the baby, sitting, like I was literally sitting on the ground at my mother-in-law, having conversations. Like it was like, I was not willing to ask until I was so done that I was willing to ask. You don't need to go to the stage of being so done. You can actually already see it coming. Part of when I want my business, my mission to turn into a business is that I need to get good with receiving money. You were a tough cookie. Yeah, except the baby. I did not nurse his baby. Maybe with the bottle, right? But yeah, money is energy. So I'm just going to say where I was at. So what I did was I had a clear strategy to get people into my space, okay? Business, I'm just going to make it very simple. If you do not currently have an effective strategy to get people into your space, you can have gifts, but you need an audience. You need people, right? I was not the person who wanted to go, where would I even find people like me really in my town? Maybe they are there, but like my people are all over the planet. So that would be easy. So you need an effective strategy to have a public, an audience who wants to buy. Yeah. If you're not having that, that's a priority if you want to turn it into a business. Do not worry about your mission. Do not worry about your gifts. I'm 100% like good that you've got that part. That's not the part. If you want to turn it into a business, you want to have an audience and you want a strategy that works for you. So you can do, for example, Facebook ads. Any idea how expensive that is and how not effective it is? I tried it. I was like, really? I was used to doing my great online experiences with the people, and I'm able to teach you that part. So if you're like, I want to know that part, I actually have the strategy and I've already proven that my clients actually apply that and they get 1,500 new people, 2,000 new people. It works. Okay, so do not worry. This strategy is available. If this is not your strategy, find another strategy that works for you so that you can have this audience in front of you growing. I did not know how to do that offline. I'm too specific in what I teach, so I didn't know that. This is what I teach online. If you have that into place, when you have a gift, to really like peel it down, what you want to do is you want to give your best work to little people. So you want to bring one-on-one your best stuff to the people. Make sense? People want groups. I'm like, why would you want a group? I get it. It sounds good, but the reality, is the reality good? If you already have one-on-one clients, great. Because what starts happening is if you connect with the one-on-one people, what starts to happen is you see the pattern. You will see the pattern, the things you are teaching all the time, the things you are speaking about all the time. So you can do this in coaching, but you can do this literally in any business. Going in high-end And my high end was €1,000 for 3 months of coaching. Okay. Now it looks pretty different. At that time, that was what I started. I sold 3 months of coaching for €1,000. That was in March 2018. Okay, that's when I sold my first package. After talking to a lot of people, nothing happened until the first one bought. Do you know how I felt? Like, so excited. I did something online. I meet people from all over the world, and they want what I've got. Wow. Wow. And I realized, and this was something I learned from my mentor then, that what I had was valuable. Because if you would have asked me, it would be like, I don't know, €50 a session. You cannot build a business, a successful business, if the cash flow is not coming, right or wrong. That is the spiritual teacher who will always be poor. There needs to come a cash flow coming in. And so, in order to do that, you want to sell. This is my strategy. I'm just going to give it to you because it was easy for me to build it. It was safe to build it next to my business. I was next to my job. I was having my job, and simultaneously I was creating a business. Why? Because I didn't feel stressed about money. If you would have put me into a position where I would feel very stressed about money and I had to make money, how do you think selling will be? These people in front of you feel you want their money. And that's really not where you want to be in that energy. This is what I feel. If you are in a mission, you do not want that to be the thing between you and the other person. You want their thing, what they want, and your solution to be the thing where it comes into alignment. If you do not have a job next to it or any cash flow next to it, you will be focused on the money. That's not good to build a community, to build a mission, like mission-based business. It's not going to work. Okay, so you need to liberate yourself. Yeah, but I don't want to work next to it. I'm just going to say it how it was. I had 3 small children. I was waking up at 4 a.m. in the morning. I was doing my things. I was doing my children. That, it was a lot of work at the start. I'm not going to lie. For me, with 3 small children, it was a lot, but I loved it. I felt like I was on this adventure, creating something really great. So it was a lot of work, but I was excited about it, right? I was really excited about it. And I would share at my job and they would be like rolling their eyes, like, what is she even about? Now they don't roll their eyes any longer. Now they're curious. How did you do it, right? So now completely the opposite. At that time, people were rolling their eyes, like, what is this even? That little company you're doing, bedrijfje in Dutch, right? They would refer to that. Friends as well, everyone. So I was committed. I was doing the thing. I had the strategy into place to get people. That was the first part. The second part was selling. Now I can say it, selling. Then I couldn't. It took a long time. I had such negative associations with the thing. But the truth is, if you want to have a successful business, you want to sell. So one-on-one clients, most easy because you can give them exactly what they need. Plus, you can listen to what the community of one-on-ones actually are looking for. So if you now start building and start repeating the same stories, it's really nice to create group programs or anything where multiple people are held into a container. So what I was starting off with was one-on-one and VIP days. In February, I sold €1,000 for 3 months of coaching. In May, I sold 2,500 for a VIP day. How did that happen? Do you think I would have mastered that on my own to get myself there? 100% no. I would have not have ever thought that I could. I remember hearing the story where someone said, you can make €1,000 a day. I'm like, who will pay that? Like, I was not in the state of mind then that I believed it was possible. So I had a mentor who did believe it was possible. When you have a mentor who believes it's possible, they will lead you into it. The biggest problem is usually that you don't see it's possible, or that, like, when you see it's possible, and they made me sell, like they said 4,000. I'm like, are you kidding me? I was like first one, 1900, 70, 50. I'm like, I'm not going to do that until I was leading up to 25. And then I would do this and I would add a lot. So it would feel better, right? But it was okay because I was coming into alignment with bigger amounts. And then I would see the transformation happening because I was being a social worker for 12 and a half years. I was very good with people. I was a coach. I was already good at my art. So it wasn't that I was shit at my art. I was good. And so what I would see is these people do not have addiction problems. They are actually willing to learn. This is so easy. I worked with people on the streets who did not want any service of me whatsoever. And I could kind of tempt them to, these were people who wanted. So you now have people in front of you who want what you have. Do you know how good that is? And so I was seeing that they got results that amplified my belief. So I was knowing why I wanted it. I was willing to go all in and trust and be courageous beyond reason. Like borrowing that money for that course of 10K for my mother was horrific, but I knew I had to do it. I'm like, how will I ever be able to pay this back? Having to take care of my children. I must make money. Well, I did not make any money at the start. It took me a while. But because I was so motivated, that first year in 2018, I got pregnant through IVF, and I had really bad pregnancies, very sick. I still did it. Okay. I still moved. So I was moving. Having a great opportunity where you transform people, their lives is the key. The realness of what you get. A lot of people go into the surface scratching of, let's do this fancy thing or fancy that. I'm all about embodiment, about realness, and about getting people into what they really want. So when you offer something, you want to be excited about what you are offering. If you're not excited, but you're doing it because it sounds good, it's not good enough. We're talking mission-based business, energy everywhere. If you're just doing it for the thing, it's not going to work. You need to be willing to go online because you know it's that good. And if one or two people, I've been parts of high-level masterminds, and one thing I saw is when it wasn't really landing for people, they stopped. They pulled out of their agreement. They pulled out of like, let's just cancel the group, let's do. And I was like, I don't care if I have one person in front of me, 2, 3, 5, 50. I don't care. I'm in it because I want you to learn this. This is the level of dedication. Not a lot of people are willing to do that. And they wonder why they don't build like a $1 million brand in a couple of years. It's because they're not willing to go all in. They're willing to go all in when it looks really good. I promise you, there are a lot of moments on a monthly basis where I'm disappointed, where I'm not satisfied, where I can see so much bigger and I'm not living it yet. You need to be able to navigate that, your own emotions, your expectations, and to not allow them to stop you. Yeah, soul-aligned business. Excellent. Just a thought, we might feel fear to ask for money, but maybe that's because money often dominates the dimension. Tempting to forget the light. Well, yeah, and I feel like what I feel about things, I'm very spiritual, as you know, right? So I feel all the things. And when it comes down to business, it's also just making the moves. A lot of people, like I know 100% there's high potentials in here. Most of you are, and you've got what it takes. But the thing, what starts to happen is you go into your mind and find all the reasons why it's not the time and why someone else and why not? Why you're not destined to do this right now. Sometimes because it's very comfortable where you are. A successful, soul-aligned business is not necessarily comfortable at all. Okay? I'm just saying it. And I do have time today to go with my daughter to the hospital, to see my in-laws. Like I do also have all of this, but it's not your ordinary business. It's different. It asks a lot of your ability to lead with courage, to lead with bold moves, and to trust beyond what you can see. So as you are now generating, and it will happen, if you have a mentor who you believe in, they will get you there. But you need to feel aligned with the person. I felt very aligned to this woman because she was preaching that you could make money online while having a family. Well, that was my thing, doing what you love. So that was, and it actually was true what she did. She took me to one level. She taught me that, like, she showed me the strategy on how to build an audience and then how to make money. And then after I learned that, I wanted to expand into bigger things. So there's also an expansion. So you know the why, you know you have the mission, you have the courage, you have the trust. You're willing to go all in when no one else does. If everyone else would be able to do it, you would see businesses like this pop everywhere. People are not willing to. So are you the one who's willing to do it when it's uncomfortable? If not, this might not be your thing. It will be uncomfortable. It will be it's the most exquisite transformational tool in human existence. Creating a soul-aligned business based on your mission. Hey ho, let's go. Because you need to clear out beliefs, patterns, energies all the time. You need to be willing to step into the light when you feel naked and vulnerable. You need to be willing to clean out anything around money, around selling, around who you are. You need to clean out what other people expect and think about you, the boundaries and the level of boundaries you're willing to hold. And as you create a business like this, what starts to happen is it starts, and it's so fulfilling. And before you know it, you've outgrown what you created. And like there's, oh no, when I first realized this, it was like, I thought I was creating a business that would just continues ABC every month, but it's not. So it's asking all of who you are. It means you need to become so strong in letting people go, people you love, clients. Do you know how hard that is? You share everything you have. You see them grow and transform. You love them. And there is a moment, some of them continue and some of them just leave. You need to be able to deal with that kind of heartbreak because it is. It's interesting, but it is. And then sometimes they come back and then you realize like, ooh, another growth, another growth. So it's a consistent growth if you want to create something like this. But I did. And now I do have a team I absolutely love. All right, Johanna and Cinta are my main, and I have more, but those are my, like, how great is it to be able to find someone like Johanna who actually knows what you're doing. Like she created a beautiful testimonial again today. She just knows the thing, like she feels, and it's absolutely magic. And she also knows there's a flip side. She also sees it in me when I'm in doubt, when I'm like, the other side is clearly still here. And then it's like, I'm becoming better and better and better at navigating, at holding boundaries, at being strong, at giving offers when I love my offers now. I never feel like, oh. But do you know how many offers I made where I felt, my mom used to watch me and she said the other day, I can now see when you're doing it, you're feeling really comfortable. She would see it because she knows me. So she would see my discomfort in kind of, and then I would already have a multiple six-figure business, still feeling uncomfortable in selling, just saying, a year, right? I still felt uncomfortable. Now I do no longer feel it, but it is a choice. What I said in the email, it will change the trajectory of your life. I'm not kidding. I'm meaning it, because you will have more freedom, more joy, more satisfaction, more fulfillment, more abilities to help others with the money you make than anyone else you probably know. I'm just saying. But it gives the other side, which is you need to be able to hold it. You need to be able to hold it when it's scary, when you doubt, when all the things. This is the real work. I used to think that me teaching the classes was the work. Honestly, that is the joke. That is not the work. That is what I love and what I do naturally. Imagine me having stage fright. I now do it because it's my mission. I can feel it. It's like, it's so natural. It's who I am. This is not the work. The work is behind the scenes, not what you see. Me writing you an email is fun. Me inviting you into a call is fun. Me having to like set boundaries for clients, not so fun. Me having to have difficult conversations with my team, with myself, is not so fun. Me every month thinking like, last month I made 40, 50, 60K, the truth. How am I going to do that again? I don't have a clue. I don't even know how it happened. It's not so fun. It sounds fun, but it's not. It's not so fun, okay? So there's all these things behind the scenes that people don't see. That is the work. So the work now is, what is your next bold move? That is your work. When are you going to leap into this mission fulfilled business? When are you going to hire the coach that will get you there? When are you going to do the strategy not feeling ready? I know 100% when I made the 10K investment, and then I needed another 2K to actually create the website and do all the things. I'm like, what am I doing? And then I did all the things. And then, oh, now I need to do a masterclass. What? 10 people were on. So cute. 10 people were on. I was terrified. I couldn't breathe. That was how bad it was. I couldn't breathe. I was grasping for, because I was so nervous. And of course, no one saw, no one bought. I was just happy. I finished the whole situation. I was happy I finished it. After doing so many classes, now I feel free. But at the start, you need to liberate yourself in every single component. Now I can be very clear. I need to liberate myself in this specific aspect. Let's go. Then you need to liberate yourself into the strategy to get clients, right? To invite new people in, your selling abilities, the programs you create, the support you have, and explaining what kind of support, even though you don't really know what kind of support. Like, that was interesting. I learned a lot. And now it's like the fine tuning into going into like a €1 million plus brand, right? That's where I'm at now. That's the level I'm now pushing against, right? That's what's, so now if you would ask me, how do I make 10K, 100K? I'm like, easy. I can show you. I know exactly how to do it. That is not hard, but it's hard for you because when you start, it's hard. Coming from zero to your first sale is the biggest thing in the world, because if you can do it once, you can do it multiple and higher and different. Going from none to one, and then feeling really good, and then continuously doing that, not stop, start, but continuously, that is the gateway. Let's see. I thought I had to have my own business to fulfill my soul, but always second guess. But now I feel I can lead our company. It's a gateway to my leadership skills. I also like to feel financial independence. And that's it. Like, she's coming to the class I'm going to do, or the small, intimate, like VIP group next week. But it's like, it's not always that you are the one, and maybe you are. If you're like me, this is your gateway, but it might be something completely different. So allowing yourself to live your mission, not to idealize someone else's mission. You have your own gifts, template, bringing that online. Let's see. Self-led, leading with bold moves. That's it. Self-led, bold moves. Like, literally the things, like, that's why I tend to say it, because when I say it, I have to do it. That's my deal I have with myself. So if you like, yeah, we're going to sleep in a hotel this weekend for the people who were in my class. I tend to say everything out loud here so that I keep my word. That's the beauty of having an audience. You speak it, you say it, and now you need to do it. That's how I've been growing super fast as well. I shared all my vulnerabilities. I shared the things I was scared of, and then I found the solution, and I just had to adapt to the solution. That was it. Yeah. So having an accountability system into place works. That is a moving experience. That's not thinking about it, having someone who does business, but you're not stepping into the business. You need to step into the business to create a business. A business is not a business if you do not receive money. Then it's a great voluntary experience, and there's nothing wrong with it. Nothing wrong at all. But if you want to create a business, you need to be willing to step into a business. And a business means I have something and you want the something. And it's my job to build the bridge between you and me. It's not their job to find you. I thought for a long time, people who were ultra successful, they just figured out a bridge where the people would just magically come into their world, where there is magic and there is momentum. But the truth is, you need to build the bridge. You are the one. It's your responsibility. It's your ownership. And then we hear these magical people who suddenly out of nowhere. I can promise you, this what I created did not come out of nowhere. I put in my heart and soul. For those of you who know, I've been channeling 5 days every morning for how long? Like years now. I've been bringing it in first publicly, now behind the scenes, every day, 5 days a week. I channel on the same time. Many people are not willing to do that. The truth is, I love it. So if you do something you love, which is your mission, but do I love it every day? No, of course not. I'm human. So it's creating structures that lead you into your success. Structure for calling in an audience. If you don't have a structure, if you don't have it into the business, it's not a business. You need to look into that. Might be my structure. You're more than welcome. I will invite you in after. Might also not be. Find someone who you trust, where you love how they have success and what kind of success, and allow them to be your mentor. Do not go for this quick fix energy. Look at the person. That's one of my big, look at the person and see if you love the person and how they have a business and how they lead. If you do not love it, do not go and follow programs with them. Don't. Find someone you absolutely love. Then if you have the strategy, also learn the selling strategy. Again, from someone you absolutely love. When you have everything into place, this is your business and now you can grow. Going from 0 to 100K is not hard. It's really not hard. But you have to be willing to do the work. And then going from 100 to 200, 300 is not hard either. It's not. It's just doing more of what you do. It's doing more of what you do. It's not hard. The first part is coming into alignment with, this is my mission. I'm now ready to bring it into fruition. And the mission is ever evolving. Also, I think it's not the one thing. I never thought I would teach business, but now I will, because I know it can help people. So why not? And I like the practical conversations about how to do it. Also, I also like the channeling, but I like to give practical advice. I missed so much practical advice on my journey. It sounded great, but just give me the steps. I saw when I gave the people the steps from April or May, I gave people, do you know how quick it went? I gave them all my email templates. I gave them everything. I'm like, this saves you a lot of work. And it worked because my emails worked also for their people. So if you find a mentor, it's literally that. When they say collapsing fast tracking, it's that. They can say something about just being in their energy. I believe it's being in the energy and doing the work. Like being in the energy, well, you can stand next to a famous person. It doesn't make you famous, does it? It doesn't. It's like, that is not going to work. You need to be willing to invest and do the practical application in your life, whether it is energy work, clearing, active, like practical steps. A business is a business. A mission, soul-aligned business is still a business. For a long time, I didn't want to go into that. I just felt like, well, it's my mission, until I realized it's a business. And that actually gives also a lot of clarity. Because if you're living your mission, you're very tempted. It's very tempting to just give. If you see me in my start, I was only giving. That would be my gateway, only giving. I was very poor at receiving. And so now I understand it's a business. So I give and I make an offer and I receive, and then I give more. It just continues and they receive more. This is how it works. Not giving up on yourself. Yeah. Breaking the ice. Show us how to build the bridge. Yeah. It's the building the bridge. You have to breathe your own breath in order to breathe. Yeah, it's the bridge. And the bridge is something practical. Like if you would look at me in my daily life and you would stand next to me, you see what I do. This morning, I went live on Facebook. You can see that very practically. I share. After that, I had a quick call, I think with Cinta, and then I wrote an email. I also went to the gym and I also went to the hospital. Then I had a couple of one-on-one clients. Then I held my master course, and now I'm here. I do something actively in my business. And then there's all the moments in the middle that I'm contemplating, thinking, but there's actually something that I actively do. You want to do something actively, what makes sense and what brings in money and what gets people results, yeah? That's what it is. But it's all magical because it's mission-based and it's soul aligned. See, that is the magic. When I talk to you, I feel amplified. I feel happy. I feel excited. I know you can do this. I know you can build this. I'm excited for you to build this. Committed action is the key. Yes. Committed action is the key. And so, to be very clear, this is not about me sharing how fantastic I am. Not. This is me showing you I'm a normal human. I have a family. If I'm capable of doing this, you are capable. If you have the burning desire, okay, we need to amplify that. If you have the burning desire and you're willing to do the work, I give you the strategy. I give you the energetics, the strategy. I will show exactly what your mission is, because that's also not too complex, actually. And then you know it and you live it. You're like, I kind of knew this. This is what I do natural. Yes, it's not something hidden, but it's how do you bring it into the world, and how willing are you to move all in? How willing are you to continuously do the work? So this is it. This is how it is. I'm curious, do you have any questions for me? Because it might be that you have questions. And then I want to give you something else after the questions. Put it in the, let's see, me. This is a direct message. I missed you, the energy, it's been hard. This is to me, so I'm going to read it. It's been hard not receiving answers to my coaching day questions. It's been weeks. What is this? I look forward to your specific. Yeah, send them. Oh, keep it private, please. Well, you need to send them to me. I missed you, this energy. Well, anyway, this is a personal question. I'm curious about the strategies to find your audience. So I'm just going to share mine. Okay. It's Inga, right? I see a pretty face. So mine is that you create an experience where you have experts, right? So it's like you are Oprah. If you have been following any of my summits, that is what I do. So I have a topic and then I invite experts in on a specific topic. This can literally be anything. You have the topic, you have the experts, you put it in a specific way. Okay, there's a lot of specifics around making it successful. It's not just putting them into place. I cannot go into all the specifics because it's a whole course, right? You can understand that. But by doing that, I always have like 2,000 new people opting into this around. Okay, so every time I create a cycle of this where I invite in experts, but why do they want to be part of it is also a question. Like, why would, it's because of your energy. It's because of your vision. It's because of that. So the first time I ever did that, I had this result. Now I still have that result. It's when it's based on energy, a vision, soul alignment. This is what happens. Yeah. So that's an energy thing, but there is a structure where people start to say yes. And I've realized that my emails help for speakers to say yes. I mastered the game of sending an email where people feel, because they get a lot of emails, and then how you follow it up so they get the speakers on board. That is the biggest thing, is not to have the conversations. So you bring this beautiful event of value to the humans, which is easy because if you're like me, you love to give. So this is not the hard part. It's easy. You talk about a topic you love and you know you can help people with. You actually have excellent conversations with experts on the same level. And so you even get so you fill yourself up and the people who are coming and listening are being filled up. It's great. For me, this is such a win-win experience because, but then what people say, it's a lot of work. I'm not wanting to do this. I don't know. Yeah. This is my strategy and it works. I'm not saying you don't need to put in work. I do say, however, after 10 times doing it, you become better. So are you willing? 2017 was the first time. If you want to build multiple 6 figures a year, you are so capable of generating that, but you need to have a strategy into place. This is the strategy. I'm actually giving it to the people. I honestly thought the last time so many more people could have joined. I'm like, this is your way out. I'm showing you exactly how to do it. Of course, the people got results. I loved having an intimate club, but I'm like, you've got this. You can have no one now. And in 90 days, you have 2,000 people. Then you need to learn to sell them. Okay, another 3 months to learn to sell. You've got this. If I can do it, someone who was literally terrified of selling, you can do it. So those are the cycles I literally use. Now I'm more like selling everywhere and I changed. But at the start, I wasn't. 3 months strategy, creating a summit, 3 months of selling. 3 months creating a summit, 3 months of selling. Okay, that was the cycle. Doable. Because you see so many strategies where they pour you their $1 million strategies, but if you're at 0 or below 100K, you need a different strategy. You need a strategy to start and a strategy that works and that is solid, where you can trust on. This strategy I have, you can trust on. But you need to be willing to do the work. You can have it about writing. You can have it about spiritual coaching, about animals, about, I don't know, real estate. It doesn't matter. You can literally have it about any subject. It doesn't need to be spiritual. But you need to be willing to learn the strategy. And I mastered the strategy in a soul-aligned way. So that's part of what I have. It's right there. You know, it's like just come and start, have the people and learn how to sell. That's it. I want to continue with this. I have a hard time. I don't know what this is. Thanks, this was awesome. Feeling you are worthy to receive is also important. It is, yes. What if your mission is art? It doesn't matter. See, I love this question, Pedro, because I've seen, where are you? Oh, I can't see you. Yeah, there you are. I've seen, when I learned this strategy, there were also artists. And so I've seen them succeed. So now you can actually sell your art to the people. So what you will do is you host a summit around something with art, right? So people who are interested in art will come. Now, if you are an artist and you might sell the art of others simultaneously, but there's also the people who will love you. What starts to happen with the summit is you get, okay, so the strategy behind the strategy is those people have an email list, they send out an email and they come and they invite their database to this free event. So you will have a very mixed audience, which will become your audience because they come. Some of that audience will love your work. Some of that audience will love others. Some of them love you and others, and they will buy of you and others. So what I love a lot about it is it's a win-win. There's no, it's not only for me. It's not a getting energy. It's a very giving energy to create this event. And then at the back end, you can sell whatever you want to sell. Art is obviously something you can. So I feel you can literally sell anything online, especially when it's your mission. There's people who want what you have. But if you don't have the people in front of you, how will they ever know you? Like for a long time, I hoped for them to find me, but that's just not what it is. So it's having this strategy of building the event and then having the strategy of creating an offer, and the offer can be coaching, but the offer can also be paintings. Like we have someone actually making a painting for us, a neighbor. We're paying the neighbor because we went to his exposition and I loved his work. And so why not? This is just a bigger audience who loves art and who is looking for art. Makes sense, right? Instead of waiting for the people in your village to buy the thing, for me, it didn't work. So that's why when you go globally or when you go nationally, some of you might live in the United States and you do it there, or I actually had people in the Netherlands having very successful Dutch summits. I like to do it international. They did a Dutch one, very successful. So you can do it globally. You can also do it in your country. So is that clear? It's here. And now I want to know who is ready to jump or who is exciting to actually start leaping into this. I'm just curious. Who of you wants this? Who wants to really create a business? Because you can be checking in and feeling excited about the conversation, very different from actually going all in, like saying, I want this. It's just something different. And I'm curious. You do. Very clear. And I mean, if you say I do, Pedro also says is waving. I think he wants that too. And if you say I do, I'm not going to chase you. Okay. I never hunt you down for it. I just am curious, where are you at? And if you're not in, I want this. Yeah, but not only online. Well, you don't. I do a VIP day in person tomorrow. See, you don't only need to do it online. I love my in-person events. So you don't need to only do online. Yeah, it's like, give yourself permission to say, I want this, because that is the gateway. If you don't give yourself permission to say, this is what I want, you will stay into the dreaming kind of energy. Now, so I'm going to close off with something I will offer you, okay? So if you feel excited to hear about it, I'm actually very excited about this because I saw the last time the people getting success. So I'm like, yes, it works. I'm excited. So what I will do is I start in January a 6-month mastermind. Okay. And so that 6-month mastermind will be all about moving the needle in your existing or non-existing business. I've been part of masterminds where they talk a lot, but there's no real commitment, dedication, and movement happening. I'm a firm believer in giving the strategies, the commitment, the movement, the energetics, everything in one place. Because if I would say, when you're just in my energy, you will create magic, it's like a lie. And I paid $100K to figure that out. Okay. $111K. Okay. Just saying, that's what I paid to learn this lesson. A very expensive lesson. A very expensive lesson. So you don't need to pay that amount to learn the lesson. Just listen. Okay. So I am very firm in giving you exactly what I do in my business, how I hold myself, how I run my business, how I create like the strategies, and to start where you are at, not throwing spaghetti at the wall, hoping it will land somewhere with you. So I will take you from scratch into the conversation of amplification. Some of you already know the strategy. I'm still going to talk about the strategy. I actually have the whole strategy recorded. So those of you who want to come and join right now, you get access to the recordings. You can already start. I'm actually building one event right now. We're going to start again. So I'm going to build again as well. So I like to build simultaneously with the people. Then it's going to be 6 months where we have weekly calls, intimate. This is not going to be a big group of people. It's going to be intimate. Okay. It's not going to be a big group. Why? Because if I know if I have connection with you, I can actually move you into the business. Now, part of this experience is next Wednesday, I have a small in-person VIP event. So you can still join. The thing is, if you can't come, which is a thing, you're going to get a 60-minute deep dive with me around your business, around your mission, what you want to create, because I feel it's really important to know you, to feel your energy, and to see where you're heading before we start. So this is going to happen before we start in January. Yeah. So you will receive my Summit and Sales strategy, which is already recorded. So you can start that right away. You will get access to either the one-on-one or the VIP event, which will be hosted in the Netherlands next week. If you can't make that, do not worry. Then you get 60 minutes with me where we dive into where you are at, what is your mission, clarify and do the whole thing. Yeah? And then in the next 6 months, in January, we will start creating so that you actually get results. Okay, I chose 6 months. I prefer actually a year. That's the God honest truth. I know for a lot of people, a year is too long. So I thought, well, I'm just going to start with 6 months. And if I want to do an additional 6 months, I will do that. So what that means is you can join this. It's intimate, okay? And you get the Summit and Sales, which is $2,200 as a bonus. You get an hour with me as an add-on, okay? People usually pay 1,100 euros for that, just saying. So you have that. So that's a 3,300 bonus. The 6 months, including all of this, whether you come to the VIP day or the other thing, is gonna be 5,555 euros. You can also do monthly installments, which is 1,000 euros every month. And I know when you're starting a business that it is a lot of money, because it was a lot of money for me. And I know when you are running a business, it can still be a lot of money, but I'm so committed to showing you exactly what I do so that you can take it into a six-figure, multiple six-figure business and up. Because with the strategy I will show you, you can do that 100%, no exception. If you're willing to do the work, if you're ready to go all in and you're willing to go and make bold moves and willing to be like uncomfortable, this is it. I will show you everything. Are there any questions? I'm really excited about this because I feel like bringing these missions into life where people actually are impacted by your work is next level for me. Like that is the thing. I want people to know you. Because there's no point in, I see you're a great person, I see everything you have, not bringing it into the world, into a mission, and into a business that will serve you, okay? It's no longer about you having to sacrifice, it's you feeling abundant. And honestly, that's pretty soon. I didn't know that around money, but when you are above, like, I don't know, a certain amount, it's like the coach already said it. When I started, I'm like, I will never make that. Like I couldn't. And then when I was at it, I'm like, she was right. Above 350K a year, it doesn't really matter anymore. It doesn't. And then it becomes about the people even more. First, we start with you and then we bring it all into alignment. Anyway, yeah, interested in the lifestyle. Yeah. So if you feel excited, just let us know. If you have questions, just let us know, okay? We are even, like we can even do a short conversation, but really, you know, if you want to do this and if you're in, let us know. And I'm very excited for this. I love you all so much. Yes. And let's unmute. And I'm hoping to see you live maybe next Wednesday. I love you all so much. Have an extraordinary evening, day. Bye-bye.
Bye.
I love. Bye-bye.
Thank you.